All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Tuesday edition of the training. Hope everyone's had a good start to the week. Thanks for the returners for coming in. If we can put a two in the chat, that would be fantastic. If you're returning, that would be great. Kyan, as always, welcome back, buddy. Dan, welcome back. It's good to see you again. And Anders, I believe you were here yesterday as well. Um, as people start to come in, let me pop over to you, Anders, really quickly. If you want to say hi and turn your mic on, feel free. If not, you can say hi in the chat. I just wanted to find out, is there anything on your mind? How are things going? Anything you wanted to see?
I was here yesterday, but then I had to leave, so I had to run out of the house. So I did miss yesterday, so this is still my first time.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Are you just starting with Dub, or is it just the first time into the training you've had Dub for a while?
I've had Dub for a few years, but I never came to a training.
Oh, got it. Okay. So what's your industry? What do you do? How's it going? Made videos? How's everything going?
Yeah, I make videos quite a bit. I have a lot of different models I share and different things, and just the one-off videos. I do trade show presentations for technology companies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
You use the QR code, I guess, when you're there?
No, we don't use it at trade shows. I just use it in my marketing, in my emails, and like kind of recap videos after we have a sales meeting and that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about you could do the if you wanted to, when you're at these events, you could use the picture-in-picture function on the mobile app and do like when you're done doing the presentations, you could have a shot of the crowd and everything. Something like that.
Oh, yeah, could try that. I've never. I'm usually pretty focused on just getting that crowd to the demo stations and
Yeah, no,
that
it's
sort
good.
of thing.
Cool. Yeah, hey, that's part of your skill though, I'm sure. So that's something you could actually see. Like you'd have the line moving towards it, you know? You could do like
Hmm.
a here, let me show you really quick the something just visually you could do that could be pretty neat, especially when you do the you said you send videos after a meeting or when do you send them for the one-offs?
Well, like I have videos to try to book a meeting, but then when we have
Yeah.
a meeting, I cover a lot of territories, and
Yeah.
sometimes they have to share that with, their other people, then with
Yeah.
another meeting. So I recap and I make a series of one videos that lead to another, so they can go, oh, this is the thing I was telling you about, so that I can explain it to the person they're sharing with, as opposed to them having to try to explain it.
Do you have the are those videos like a something you record one time that are in the playlist or are they always specific to
Yeah,
me?
the playlist. I might put one on the front end. It's custom, but for the
Yeah.
most part, it's kind of like a recap one, and then each of the models with things that I share have their own video.
Okay. Oh, neat. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely the way you want to do it. This was what I was talking about visual wise. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So even though it shows, the funny thing about this is me recording through the window over here. So it looks like I'm in a different location when I'm actually physically in the same space. Because otherwise, why would the background be like this? What's behind me right here. But you could do something where you're at the event and you could show that line of people going or something and give a little quick commentary. And you could do a little social post about that, or maybe even have it as a playlist video. If it makes the right sense to have it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Do you have iPhone, by the way, Anders? Or
Yeah. iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just if you play with the mobile, and I usually cover this too, it's a little symbol on the side if you want to play with it with that. The last thing I was going to say I wanted to ask you was, and we're always big on this, especially when you're sending these videos that you do, what style do you send? Are you like in front of the webcam? Do you use the whiteboard? Do you have a virtual background? Are you a bubble?
I I have a studio where I've got some nice lighting behind me, kind of like you,
Okay.
with some distance, and then I always record all my stuff with OBS. So I've already got like overlays and all kinds of fun stuff I can do, and then I just upload it into Dub, just to kind of as almost like a video repository of things that I've created.
Okay, cool. And then last thing, feedback wise, length of the video. Do you usually do shorter or longer? I know sometimes it has to be longer when you're explaining something, but
Yeah, I mean, most of my videos would be pretty tight. I mean, as short as they can be.
yeah.
Just trying to keep it consumable and make people want to click, especially when they see the seconds, on
Yeah.
the GIF, their animated GIF.
I know that's one thing that people check a lot. And sometimes, you can hide that, but the thing is when you hide it, it's like, then you can't tell. It's kind of like when you watch those videos that don't have a progress bar. You're like, I have no idea how long I'm in this for. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I have a question about, I saw this advertised the training and everything, got the emails. What's like people just deliverability of emails and things with HTML? Like, how do you reconcile that, or how are people using videos getting them through in the first place so that people will watch a video.
We have a really specific video about this. You know who Darius is, right? Our co-founder. Do you know Darius at all?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did this really good. It was part of the Pro Plus coaching that he does with Ruben twice a week. And there's this, I'm gonna put this in the chat, the link. It's a really specific thing about like email best practices. And it's very recent that he just did it like a couple weeks ago. So let me grab this right here and I'll put it in here because he has a lot of different specific points that he makes. So let me just grab this off of our support channel. I'll drop it in here because I know the team has watched it. It's really good. It's this one right here. All right, let me drop this in. Auto is And Darius is one of his biggest skill sets that he has is he's like a surgeon when he explains something. So he's very specific. So I just dropped it in there for you, Anders, if you see it. And that's for anybody else that wants it as well. It's really good for a process of making sure everything is good for deliverability, and it's very specific on a lot of different things because he's like Professor Email since the beginning. And obviously, with all the different things that are happening with SMS and email in general, just as far as the guardrails and gates and things that are happening, because we have so many great ways to communicate, but there's also those little barriers sometimes that can pop in. So. Um, Okay, so yeah, Kyan, I saw your question. I'll put that over to I'll put that over to Rena as well. And then let's see, I saw Edgar just came in and Jason, I believe, popped in as well. Edgar and Jason, if you are returning, could you put a two in the chat? If you are, if you're new to Dub, can you put a one, if you don't mind? Two, okay, Jason, thank you. And then Jason, if you want to pop on here, you can, and thank you, Edgar, for the two. You can go ahead and take your mic off mute if you want to say hi, Jason, if you'd like to say hi and anything you're kind of looking to see or anything that's on your mind before we kind of start. And then Jason, if you you can take yourself off mute if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just say hi in the chat or just say something related to that. Hey, Jason.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I gotcha. How you doing?
Hey, man. Wow, this is a 51 years old. I definitely am going to figure this out. I've been working on this nonstop for 24 hours.
Oh,
This is my problem I'm running into. So I'm back and forth between Dub and Lofty. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this correctly. So what my goal is to take the URL from the MLS and video the actual listing that has expired with a property.
yeah,
I want to video that on the back end, and then I want to be able to take my video that I make talking about this individual house.
yeah.
Let me rephrase what I said. I'm going to make a standard video that's going to talk about all the houses,
Mhm.
because similarity in what houses have and the reason they don't, sell
Yeah.
is for the same reasons. So what I'm trying to accomplish here is I want to be able to do that, but I also want to send it out via an SMS with a thumbnail. And I have pulled every teeth out trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how to do that correctly. Is that doable, or do I have to use Canva and do something else to do a thumbnail, or what's the whole process? And do I do that inside Lofty, or do I do that inside Dub? And I'll let you explain it.
Yeah, so the so with Lofty, I'll just say this first. So does the Lofty, I would imagine, gives you deliverability with, email through their system, and then do they have an SMS option in there as well for Lofty?
They do. They have both. Correct.
Okay, because the if you want to send a test, I can shoot you an email, Jason, to me. You can text one to me, and then put me in your thing, and I can tell you what it looks like. Because typically with SMS in general, if you were to send me something, just even phone to phone, and we've never contacted anyone before, you've never contacted me, it will only show up as a link. You won't get the GIF. Now if I respond, then the GIF shows up. There is a workaround where you can download the animated GIF itself and send it, but it's not related to like if I clicked on the GIF, it would just show the GIF. It wouldn't take me anywhere. So that's
Okay.
a little bit of a workaround that we have on that you can do from the mobile. But as far as testing it within Locky, because obviously you're probably sending bulk ones by SMS and email.
Well, I have to do it manually, and the reason I
Okay.
have to do it manually is because of TPCA rules and regulations. I'm trying to stay within the parameters of what you're supposed to do. So since I'm doing and this is odd the way I'm doing this,
Yeah,
and I don't know how I can get my click-through rate to be better, because if I receive something that is a URL, Rob,
yeah,
chances of me opening it is going to be slim to none.
sure. No,
So
yeah.
I've got to figure out, maybe, like you said, maybe have a downloadable Canva um, I don't know. Something has to give here because I just have a lot of desire to do this, and I won't stop until I get what I want.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I think well with the email part of it, I mean they're gonna see the animated GIF. You just
Yeah.
what to do, you add it in. Just the SMS part, let's test. So I'm gonna message you directly on in the chat here, Jason, and then
Okay.
here is my email and phone. So if you want to throw me in Lofty, and then SMS me.
I've tried it on mine too, and I can send it to you, but it's definitely going to come back as a URL. I've already tried it for, I mean, we've tested this thing to the nth degree yesterday.
Do you have Lofty on your on the app on your phone as well, or just on the desktop?
Have it on both actually.
Because the reason I'm asking this, let me just show you this, is because if you do this here, let me just share my screen on this right here, and you have the Dub mobile app too, right?
I
Um,
do. I don't use it that much yet. I've only been with Dub now for about a week, if that, so it's pretty new to me.
okay, let me just show you this really quickly on here.
Hmm.
Oops, let me get out of here. Can you see my screen? Let's
I
see.
can.
Okay, let me get out of here. All right, so you can see the mobile. All right, so here are the videos right in the middle, right? See the video library right here?
That's it. Yep.
So let's just say you got Lofty, pulled up on your phone. You got the app too, but you want to grab this video. Let's just say it's this one, right? So
Yep.
see the three dot menu that I'm clicking on below the video to the right.
I see it.
See where it says download GIF, the fourth one right there.
Yep.
Click that, download that, and then what you can do is when you're doing the SMS, maybe there's a way to paste that or drop that into that message along with
Download
the link.
GIF that says save to camera roll.
Right,
Okay. And then
right.
go to the camera roll and try to do that through Lofty, maybe? Is that what you're
Yes.
thinking?
Yes. And then
All right.
if you want to send me a test, send me the video because it'll show as the link, but drop that in as well. And then I can tell you what it looks like.
Okay, let me try that real quick. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Hey,
Um,
we were just talking about I was just talking to Jason.
let's
He's
see.
got Lofty and he does the SMS sends through Lofty on the desktop and
Cool.
he's trying it on the app on his phone
Yeah.
right now. And obviously it only shows up as a link because, new people only get the link. But I
Yeah.
was telling him what he can try for the SMS is that he can try sending the link, but then downloading the GIF from the mobile app on his phone, the animated GIF, dropping that into Lofty and sending that as a text, which he's going to send to me as a test to see if
Yeah.
that shows up. But that would probably be the best
Okay.
option, right?
Yes, that's right. So there will be like an enforced
Okay.
preview on their end.
Okay. Um, so yeah, so we're just going. Jason's had Dub for about a week, so he's kind of he's plowing through some things on Lofty and stuff like that. So hopefully this helps. But
Cool. I'm texting it right now, Rob. Sorry, it's taking me a few minutes.
yeah, no, it's all right. I'll tell you when I get it here. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Um, yeah, it's funny. Like I dropped in the chat, to everybody that video that Darius did about the DMARC stuff, email
Oh,
deliverability, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Internet we're talking about at the top, and it's really specific. It's probably about a 30-minute video, but it's very specific. I mean, Darius, he's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I think if everyone kind of follows that or takes a look at that video, that'll keep everyone up pretty current on.
Yeah, that's super helpful, especially when it comes to your email deliverability, making your domain reputation solid. Yeah, we highly recommend that you check those.
Um, and then I saw as I'm waiting on that text here, I saw that Meg popped in. Hey Meg, good to see you again. I think Matthew popped in. I think Matthew's been in here before. Let's see who else came in. Debbie. Hey Debbie, welcome back. Art, I think believes returning as well. Hey Jason.
I'm trying. It's still not working. Give me 2 more minutes.
But Jason, I'm not going to subscribe to your service if I don't get it in the next 10 seconds. I mean, I'm
Quit
out.
stressing me out, Rob.
I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? I got a text from somebody else. I think I'm going to go with them. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're
It's like
good.
the race to get it quick.
That's funny. I'm
Yeah.
51 years old. I prefaced that at the beginning, Rob. You heard me, right?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Listen, I
It's
think
funny.
tech is like, I mean, this is going to be out of date as tomorrow. Everybody, I'm sorry. The recording of this training will be of no use to you tomorrow because everything's going to be updated within the next 24 hours. No, I'm kidding. That's
That's
what it
funny.
feels like sometimes when we do updates on
Uh,
features, all our support videos, it feels like that. Okay, so as we're waiting on that, anybody, Robin, I saw you come in, Philip as well. So people that have just come in, if you can put a two in the chat if you're returning to Dub, like you've had Dub for a while and you're using it, and then a one if you just started to get Dub, maybe if you just got the free trial or you just subscribed or Even, maybe you've had it for a little bit, but you haven't used it really at all. That would be helpful. Okay, Philip too, Marquise, Debbie, great. Yeah, I remember seeing you, Debbie.
Rob,
And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat as we go here. Go ahead, Jason.
quick question. So I did everything correctly, and I've done this 3 times. So I made sure it wasn't something I did. So I went to Dub and I downloaded the video with the 3 dots, and I downloaded video, correct?
Download animated GIF.
Okay, so download the GIF. So I downloaded the GIF, but then when I go to Lofty and I
Mhm.
go to the text and it has your number,
Yep.
I'm not able to grab anything from the phone itself. So it's shaded gray with the plus.
Like you can't add anything into it.
Correct. It's not allowing me to add that in there. So that might be a Lofty question, possibly. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
bad you can't add something in. Anything on there, Ina, that you suggest?
Is that the mobile, Jason?
it is. Yes, it is. It's the
Okay,
mobile,
yeah, that
correct.
might be a lofty question. So,
Could you
What
do
about
that
if I
on
did it from my
desktop?
desktop? Could I do it from my desktop? Do you think that's still an option? Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's an option. We're checking our Lofty trial account or the tech account
Okay.
and see if we can also replicate that. And yeah, I'll check. I'll
So
also
the
check the area.
problem I'm running into, just so you know, that is on excuse me, on Dub itself on the video. So I'm just clicking one of the most recent videos I have here. The 3 dots that we just discussed, Rob.
Yep.
How do I download the animated GIF, if that's what you called it?
From the desktop, I can show you a
From the,
different. Yeah, yeah, I'll show you.
yeah.
So you do this right here. If you go
Okay.
here, let me just share my screen. Okay, so just pick the video you want inside your Dub account, like we have here,
Okay.
and
Yep.
then just go to share and send.
Okay. Share
And
and
then
send.
click
Got
this
it.
little side drop down here and download GIF.
Okay. A
You can
second.
also copy it. Which one would you say? Copy animated GIF or download GIF? What would you say would be better?
Um, Download GIF.
Okay.
Okay. So let me download the GIF. Okay.
Try to add it into the body of what you're sending from the SMS from the desktop. See if that works.
Okay. So if I click there and the only problem I'm running into, just so we're aware of this, is there is only a few different things I can do. So give me a real second. So when it says drag PNG, JPEG, or GIF, so when I click that and I go to download, um, what would this be named under on my on my drive? Excuse me, on my downloads.
I don't know. What would you call it? Like just make it specific, I guess. Would it be Rob GIF? In this
Yeah,
case,
or in anything like that might be connected with the GIF because yeah, it automatically I think it's gonna give like some name, but it's kind of random, so we want to
So
specific.
let me tell you guys what happened just so we're clear on this. So when I click on that, when it says when I'm at the spot where it says copy email, and then I go to the download GIF, right? So when I click the download GIF, it immediately takes me in a GIF real quick, and it just says WNAM.R-2 in the long-winded URL. My question is, it's not downloading into my drive, so it should be
Okay.
downloading into my drive or
What
my.
about what about let
this
me
is what it
try
looks
that.
like. This is what happens. It looks like that, right? Like you're
Let
clicking.
me see again. Show me
You're
again,
clicking.
please.
Yeah, I'll show you. So you're clicking download GIF, right?
Yep. Yes,
And
correct.
it goes here to
That's
the right.
exactly what it does.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, right click and then save image as.
Okay, give me a second. Right click, save image as, 2 seconds, desktop. Okay, I did it. So
Okay.
now go to Lofty and then just go to this and put in GIF, right? Okay, all files. Okay, I did it. Uh, Due to carrier's limitation, excuse me, please note variables in the template cannot be automatically populated. Confirm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
and
confirm.
it says yeah, but it didn't do anything. Try it one more time.
Hmm.
Try it again. Sorry.
Um,
And I believe I have a one-on-one with you tomorrow, Emma. Let
okay. Yeah, let's
me
do it.
see.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
it
to do
says
a
due to
one-on-one on
carrier
that.
limitations, MMS. It goes away so fast, my guys. I'm sorry. Let
Mm,
me try it
Yeah.
one more time. Tell you what
yeah.
it says.
Maybe if you can take a screenshot, that will be helpful. We'll
Yeah, for
send
sure.
the
Yep,
team
I'll do
support.
that. But just to be clear, what it says due to carrier limitations, it only supports GIF up to 900K.
Oh, size limit.
Mm,
Hmm.
size limit.
Is that a
Okay.
Lofty thing or I wonder if that's a computer thing? Hmm.
I don't know. And
As-
and to put this to rest so I can sleep at night tonight, on the actual what I'm trying to accomplish here is sending out, like I said, the text to these consumers without the URL. And if I have to do the URL, what is a workaround that we know will work? And should that come directly from Lofty or should that come directly from Dub for tracking purposes? And just give me a little guidance on that if you don't mind, Rob.
So, just add your part to this here, but I would say minus the lofty part, like if it
Yep.
was just through Dub,
Yep.
if you're doing if it was a one-off, one-to-one, you to me, the
Yeah.
only workaround would be without showing the URL is doing
Uh-huh.
the downloading the animated GIF, sending the video, and then sending. That's the only workaround to see the GIF on that. To
Can
do,
I do that from? Can I do? Sorry, I'm trying to interrupting you, Rob. But we're sending 160 of these a day,
yeah, yeah.
and I have somebody who can sit in front of a computer and do this all day because she's already making the video of the actual MLS listing because I
Yeah,
want them to feel it's very personalized.
sure, sure.
So my question is should I just is the workaround just manually sending it out from um, Dub, or
Is
is that a workaround or not?
As far I would say, well, just to back me up on this or clarify this one. So the one-to-one, yes, that would be the workaround. One-to-one, that's the workaround. But
Okay.
but the bulk though, if it was a bulk from Dub, it would have to be with Twilio setup or something like that, right, And
yes, that's correct.
even if that is the setup, it'll probably be the same limitation it would be within Lofty, maybe in terms of a bulk send and being able to add the animated GIF or no? Do you think? Yeah.
I don't think so. Like if it is what is the sender from Lofty? Is it Twilio, Jason? Do you know?
I'm new to both systems. I came from
Mhm.
KV Core, so I'm new to this too, but I can find that out before our meeting. I can definitely find that out um, for
Yeah,
sure. But I
because
think
if
I'm
it is
limited if I use Lofty. I think I'm gonna have a lot more, through you guys. The only problem is the API going to connect the information directly into Lofty if I send it from Dub.
yeah, that would be it. We're gonna check with the team as well. What will be the best case for this since this is recorded. We have recorded what you have said there, though we lack the screen sharing. But I think
Sure.
yeah, I think we can give you some updates when it comes to those when it comes to the other workarounds.
Sure. And like I said, I have a team that's willing to send these individual texts out. So if you could just guide me and say, Jason, the best way to get the best click-through rate, because I think just sending a URL, I think I'm going to fail miserably.
Mm.
Just my personal opinion. I don't think the click-through rate's going to be good at all.
Yeah. Do you yeah, no, we'll definitely, we'll confirm the stuff we've already said about I think the one down the end in a GIF. What does it look like in a bulk send? Do you also do you omni-channeling it? Do you do do you do an email outreach as well, Jason, or is it just
I,
SMS?
I will. We'll do both because we're
Okay.
already in the midst of it. If we've already built everything out, there's no reason not to, I think, right? I mean,
Yes.
since we've
Yeah.
already done the work and we did all the video and recorded everything, I definitely will do both, 100%. But I think my opportunity, people are looking at their text messages way more than their emails.
Yeah, I know, and it's always how is their eye looking at the text messages? It's seeing just a link. Yeah, there's that whole other side of it. Yeah. So, well, cool. Well, we'll figure it out. You got your meeting with Ina tomorrow. If we get
Yep.
answers before then with the team, we'll email you something before then.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah. Nice talking to you, Jason. Um, and then let's see. Anybody have any other questions for? I want to just go over a couple quick things here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. So, Kyan's going to reach out to Rena on the team, just about a credit card update or a payment card on that. So we have that in the
Yeah.
chat. He'll do that with Rena, and then we can let Rena know. Everybody, I'm going to cover something really quickly, just a couple quick things. In the meantime, if you have any questions or anything or something you want to see, please feel free to drop it in the chat and we'll pop back out. I just want to show something in here with this send that's in case anybody's doing this or if they're not doing it yet. Let me just show you this really quickly in here. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, so inside here, we always talk about the animated GIF. This one right here in particular is something we usually talk about where when you hit record first 3 seconds, have a message on the whiteboard function on your mobile app. Usually to do this, what we usually show is when you're in the Dub dashboard inside of here, And this is something we've gone over in terms of a tutorial, but I'll show you a different way to do it. So in here, normally what you would do to record, you'd come in here, hit your red camera icon, opens up your webcam, and then you can use the virtual background like what I have here. You can uncheck it down at the bottom. And then I was talking about using the phone, right? So you get the Dubb mobile app on your phone, like we said before, mobile app, and then this button right here at the top, this little button right there, that one, little square. So this is how you record it from inside the platform. Now, if you were going to record something similar to this, but you're inside your email client, like say you want to do a style just like the one you just saw, but you want to do it right from within the email. So using this shortcut right here with the Chrome extension is a nice way to kind of cut here and do it very quickly. So right here, what you can do is click the Chrome extension button down here in Gmail. Outlook, it's like off to the side and add-ins, but you get this little button when you have the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder. So if you don't have the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder, go to Google Dubb Chrome extension, three-step process. It pins up here at the top, and then this little button will show here. So what you can do to replicate the style of this without going inside of the website is to click this little button here. Make sure it's on camera. All over, see how it says screen, tab, and camera all here to the right? Make sure it's on camera. If it's on anything other than camera, like tab or screen, it will look like this. So just make sure it's on camera. And then all you have to do is get the mobile app whiteboard like we talked about. And then it would be something like this. You type, you turn, and now you can record the same video right from within here. You click start record, you get the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Hey, John, this is Rob. I wanted to send you this quick video, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you blah, 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 blah. And then you hit the check mark here, and then it's going to save it directly into the platform right from inside the email client. And you have the same style of video you would have recorded inside of the website, and you were able to do that right here. And as you can see, it popped in right over here. And then all you'd have to do is just click over here, put your cursor where you want it, reopen it, come down here, find the video. There it is. Click advanced options, put the email in of the person you're sending it to get that advanced activity reporting, put a little personalization text, click insert video, and then it will pop it right in just like that. So in terms of being able to record something quick and easy, you can use that shortcut, which is right in here. But at the end of the day, whether you're choosing this or whether you're choosing something that looks like this, you really want to put some forethought into what does the animated GIF look like so someone has some information. If you have something like this, which is a screen recorder with the Chrome we just looked at, this is nice, gives specific information. If you have like a Canvas slide that you want to share and it has some information on there, our desktop app is really good for something like that. And then you also have the style that we looked at the top, which is the mobile app right in here. So it's really just about figuring out what does your animated GIF look like? Does it give context? Is it interesting? Those are things you really want to focus on when you're looking to send these things out. And then the other part of it is when you're thinking about a style like this, it says, "Hi, Sarah," you want to think about your subject line and does it kind of mirror the message that is on here? Because obviously you want to get them to open the email first. I mean, that's the first step. So this has to kind of be interesting enough for them to obviously to click on it. And you want to make sure you have the word video in the subject line because it's rare that you see that. So if you have video first and then you have something that mirrors the message that's down here, then because you want it to be interesting enough where they open, then oh, it's interesting enough where I want to click on it now. The other thing is when people end up clicking on these videos, you want to make sure that when they actually play it, the first thing out of your mouth is got to be something along the lines that's very much of a hook, very much what's the thing that you're stopping me for that I need to learn about or that's interesting that's going to stop me. Um, if it's a market update or a newsletter or something, what is the main point of the movie? Like, what's the main crux of why I should see this thing? So, if a newsletter is going out to a circle of influence, whatever industry you're in, and the main headline is rates have dropped, and this is how it affects you, then rate drop should be part of the main message that's there. Rate drop and you, dot, 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 something like that. So it affects them and it kind of gets to the main point. Market updates are great to, especially in real estate to send, but what's the main point of the market update? If you're in coaching and consulting and you send someone a video, is there a new, in your circle of influence, is there a new program that you've added? Is there an update that you've made? If it's in mortgages or insurance or, any other kind of industry, what's the update and what's the specific thing that's going to make me want to click on that I didn't know about? It's a big part of it because a lot of the times when people go to watch a video, if you think about it in terms of social media, when you're swiping, if it's not interesting to you, you're just going to keep swiping. So if it's just looks like it's just this, like, hey, it's a market update. Great. Okay, I know what that is. But what about the market update? What's the one hint to what this thing is going to be about that's going to make me want to open it? So just something to really think about as far as that. And then with your playlist videos, having that evergreen video that plays right after it is super important. It's very convenient for you to have it. So you don't have to repeat yourself all the time and you don't have to keep going into these things because these initial videos to someone, it should be like, 30 seconds or less, really focus on them, offer some kind of value if you have something like a guide below or some tip that you're telling them, and then a nice call to action at the end where they can click on a button below to book a time, they can email you back, and then you can have that one video you record one time that plays after it that can hit on all the other points. And you can always reference that video at the end of the first one, where you go through the whole cadence of, I hope you enjoyed that. You can click below to email me or book a time in my calendar. And by the way, this next video is going to play. It's super short. It's a minute or less. It's going to talk about why, you should go with us and what we do and blah, blah, blah. And then if you do have testimonials from clients, these are really nice to add into the sequence here because what's the old expression? It's not what we say, it's what they say. Like, so if you do have video testimonials, definitely upload them into Dubb. You can upload them with the red camera icon right up here on the top, get them into the platform and make them part of the playlist down here. If you don't have these video testimonials, use the reply with video button and send a video to someone to get them. It's pretty easy. So you could send someone a video, have the reply with video button below, and then all you have to do is just go like this. Hold on, let me reopen this. All you have to do is send them a video with reply with video below, and then just say, hey, listen, I'd love to get a video testimonial from you. This is not a complicated process. You don't need to download anything. All you need to do is click reply with video below and let me know what have you enjoyed about, ask questions about your product or service, what they have to say. And then when they send it back to you, that's when you make it part of the playlist. So really consider if you don't have testimonials, just make it part of your daily flow to send a video out, a nice little quick video saying it's not complicated. Click reply with video below. You could even give them the questions if you want to, if you don't want them to kind of freewheel, if you want to kind of lead them in a certain direction for an answer for something that you think would work good. And then the rest of the buttons down here in general, I wouldn't have too many down here, so people don't get confused or like, oh, what, man, what am I going to click? But, if you have within your industry, if you have reviews that you'd like someone to leave, you always can have them down here as links. Like, with us, we use G2, was it Scout Radius? There's some other ones we use. But whatever the review sites are within your industry, you can always have the links below, and that's a totally separate video saying, "Hey, listen, thank you so much." Similar to the testimonial video, where it's like, "Hey, thank you so much for using our product. It's awesome. We love it. Thanks for the support. It would be amazing if you could just visit the links below. There's like, two or three or whatever you want to leave below, or one if whatever you decide." And that link will take you right to the spot where you can leave a review. We'd really appreciate it. And then they can leave a review right with those links. So getting the reviews, if they make sense within your industry, I would send out a video like that. And then also, the video testimonials. So it's kind of like a win-win, kind of like with the subject line when you send those out. Your review, your results or something, something that relates to if they do that, you can iterate to help support the company and then you can create better things and then they can use those things to be better at what they do. The other part of just this page in general is if you haven't set up your SIAs yet, your sales interactive assistants, if you do want the AI assistants to help, just go within Dubb and you can start setting these up under assets. You can go to sales assistants in here, and then you can have different sales assistants for different parts of your audience. Because we talk about all the time, just these landing pages in general, they should speak to different parts of your audience. So, buyers and sellers in real estate, those are splits. Employers and candidates in recruitment, those are splits. Coaching, consulting, healthcare, tech, those are splits in terms of industry. Webinars that you have, that's its own landing page for something like that. So when you think about it in that thinking, then the sales assistants that are on those pages, they should be knowledgeable about that part of the audience and what they need to know. So when you do set these up, you can just give them internal names. Like you could, this is the buyer one, the seller one, give it little internal names so you know what SIA it is, what it's educated on. And then to actually educate SIA, just feel free to drop website links in here. We have a bunch of different ones because SIA's got to learn about different things that are on the pages. It can only learn what's in text on the pages. So you want to drop these in here. And then below here, you can upload a PDF that will have all kinds of information about what you do, services, and all that great stuff. You can do one or the other or both. And then you also can create FAQs right here. And then down here at the bottom, you can decide to collect email, phone, name if you need to. There's a little message right here that you have, and you can push for a desired outcome. So Sia gives the answer to the question, and this is, hey, are you ready to book a time? Hey, are you ready to visit that website? Hey, are you ready to download that listing agreement, contract, document? And you can really control what happens with that. The other thing with SIA is you can take SIA off of the landing page. SIA just doesn't have to just be on this landing page. SIA can be set free by coming over here and just go external link, this little button right here. So it'll open up kind of like ChatGPT. So if you have a relationship with a client or a prospect, you're kind of communicating back and forth, you can always say to them and send them, hey, here's my sales assistant that will help out with any questions that you have, depending on the relationship you have with the prospect. And you don't want to put them off to something if you're, engaging and doing that already. But you can always send them something like this. They click on it and then it opens right up and they're able to use it. You also can use this link when you're doing social posts. So across your social platforms, we always say when you're doing a social post in general, the best practice is to download the MP4 of the video, the raw MP4, and upload it into the platform. So every dub video you save in there has an MP4 version you can download. So you can record a video for social, minute or less, and then all the same rules apply. Does it have a hook? Is it about a topic that someone's learning about? Does it have a strong call to action at the end? And then if you say, listen, all you have to do is you want to learn more about things like this, click the link below to get more information, or whatever, that line is. And then you can create a pinned comment down below here, and you can have a link down here. You can either use a dub link, which will take them to a page that looks like this, or you can have a link to SIA, the Sales Interactive link, where it's going to take them to a page that looks just like this, that opens up like this. So, you could A/B test it. Do people want to go from seeing a video, right, to seeing another video saying thank you and then info? Or do they want to go from seeing a video to a place that they can immediately kind of interact? So it's really kind of a question to kind of which one that you'd want to do. The other thing, and just in general about AI is a lot of people obviously you're using ChatGPT, which is amazing. It's a great piece of tech. If you don't want to leave the dashboard in here, you can do a couple things just internally here and just ask questions. We have Ira. This is our AI assistant, and we have a profile feature in here that you can use if you want to set up different profiles for your audience, like we just talked about with the landing pages. Buyers, sellers, all those different splits. You can set it up by clicking adding a profile and just start answering questions about the audience to the AI. So the AI is learning about this segment of your audience. Then you also can choose a preferred tone of communication. You can even apply a writing structure to the writing, open with a hook, address their needs, provide value, extend a call to action. And then all you need to do is say, okay, what part of my audience am I working on today? Is it this part? And then choose the one that you want, choose a prompt, and then just go down here and use the writer. And then you're able to save it into scripts. You can add it to a teleprompter. You have all kinds of options. There's also within the dashboard auto right over here to the right. This is the AI guide within the platform. It opens up like this. If you want to close it, just tap the face it closes and tap it again to open it. And then you can do all kinds of things in here. We just added the ability to add a contact if you want to add a contact. You can also add a task if you want to do that. You can also ask Auto like a strategy question. What are the best recruitment videos to make? And it'll give you that listing in here. So if you haven't played around with this yet in terms of asking Auto what to do within Dub, function-wise, it's strategy-wise, what to do within your industry, or asked it to physically create a contact or create a task or do something like that, you have that ability to play with that right in here, and it's called Auto. It's right off to the right, like this. Now, as far as the outreach in general, if you haven't done, if you're doing a lot of screen recordings in general, like if you do a lot of bubble stuff or you're in the bubble, you're doing direct to webcam like this, and you're seeing the results that look great, fantastic. But if you haven't tried some other styles, like switched up and done a mobile video, or maybe you switched up into a different kind of video in a different way, there's nothing wrong with doing that and conveying the same kind of information. Because it's really just about what's going to be so interesting to me that I'm going to want to stop and see what I'm looking at. Now, as an example of this, and this is something that we recorded the other day, just to kind of give you an example of what these two different things look like, I'm going to show you this right here. All right, let me share my screen. Let's just say, in this case, let's just take, all right, let me show you this. So if we go to the email here, that's what I was talking about earlier. So market update. You clearly know what this is. This is recorded with the Chrome extension. You can see the title. Great. It's all right there. It's nothing wrong. That's awesome. I mean, it's way ahead of what a lot of people do. They don't even send videos. So, I mean, this is like way ahead of what someone would normally do. Fantastic. But if you do something a little bit deeper, where you kind of maybe do something like this, which if you look at this one, this is a market update, but you can clearly see I'm pointing towards something that's important, which is kind of going to be, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of not burying the lead anymore. I'm like, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to talk about, hey, look at this right here, this comparison number, especially in Rhode Island, look at this median price. That's the point I want to make with the market update. And there's obviously going to be things built around it, but it's a choice of, do you do something that looks like this, or do you do something that looks like this? Both are great. This is great. This is just a little bit deeper of a, let me close this. This is just a little bit deeper of a cut in terms of really understanding this. And the same thing goes for LinkedIn. So if you're reaching out on LinkedIn, we always talk about this right here. So if I was reaching out to Ruben and I send him the video, we always talk about the style. So if we look at this style right here, this is great. One we recommend all the time. Be on someone's profile, way better than a lot of the other text-based messages they get. And that's with the Chrome extension. But if you do something a little bit deeper, like this one, where I've added the whiteboard inside the bubble, and I'm talking about his book specifically. And I've framed it with the Dubb desktop app closer to his book. See how it's zoomed in like this with the Chrome? See how it's wider and it gets the whole page? This is zoomed in to just specifically be about this, and I'm pointing right at it. So those are things that you should think about just in terms of like, again, what does the animated GIF look like? Is it very specific in terms of what this is going to be about? So I think that's something that if you're not doing it already, something you should think about in terms of doing it. Um, Anybody questions so far on anything? Anything on anybody's mind from what we just talked about? Does anyone want to share anything in terms of the GIFs they've created or any kind of points they've picked up? Because it is a big part of it in terms of what someone sees and what they're going to anticipate. Anybody? Anybody want to jump in? Going once? Going twice? Anybody? Anybody? So that's a big part of it. The last part of it I'll say is really the call to action. How strong is the call to action at the end? If you're saying something where, hey, listen, hope you enjoyed the video, reach out when you can. Something a little more specific would probably be better. And this is just from feedback we've gotten from people over the years is, if it's just randomly general, call me or email me, I mean, that sounds fine. But to someone to actually do that, it's like, oh, okay, I gotta remember what to do. Whereas if it's a link below, you have the ability to do that. Now, saying email me back, checking out the website, booking a time in my calendar, downloading that document, those are all physically being pointed down to at the end of the video. Give a little wave and point down like this. We find that those little things like that can make a big difference. The other part is when you're recording, they always say in filmmaking, always be intentional. Every shot has a reason. So I think even with what we do in sales, everything has a reason. So that's the whole point of the GIF. And even when you're going through your pitch and your video to someone, always remember the hook. What's the first thing you're going to say that makes a difference? And if you ever want feedback on these things, and we put this in here all the time, and we have people that do send us stuff, but we love it when people do. But it's feedback at Dubb, and I'll put it again in the chat. So if you are trying like a new style, or you are trying something out and you want to send it to us first, feel free to do that. Keep it short, get right to the point, open with the hook. What don't they know? What of value can you offer? Is it just the knowledge itself? Is it a guide below that they can take? And what's the call to action at the end? Even though you have a call to action at the end, do this one thing. It's always nice, like I said before, to have a video that plays after that talks about what you do, that you record one time. So food for thought as far as doing all that. Okay, so last round around the horn before we head out for the day. Does anybody else have anything on their mind? Anything they wanted to discuss, just kind of on what we talked about, or is anything on your mind in terms of questions or anything like that? Ina, you got anything for anybody?
I think you covered it all.
Okay. I always like it when I see we get messages from the team says, "Hey, we got something for feedback." So me personally, I always think it's I always think it's pretty cool if you guys want to do it. I just dropped the YouTube link in there as well. So training will be on there today on this one right here. And then Jason, Eno will meet with you tomorrow. We'll message you on Lofty if we have anything in the meantime. And then everybody else, as always, thanks for coming in and listening and hopefully applying some of the stuff here and give us feedback when you can. We really like to hear it. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Let me give you some lasers on the way out here. Hearts from Ina and then lasers from me. No, I don't have any lasers. Do I get anything? What's going on with my camera? Okay, never mind. Just imagine lasers. All right, guys. See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.